Here in Conway, South Carolina, just outside of Myrtle Beach on a holiday weekend, James Madison trying to keep their playoff hopes alive as they take on Coastal Carolina in the final regular season game of the college football season. Here at Brooks Stadium, what is at stake for the Dukes of JMU? Well, this is what's at stake. With a win, their chances of a playoff are 32%. With a loss, it's pretty much all gone. So with that, we get to welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Justin Kutcher alongside Rini Angolia. And Rini, that stat basically says it all.
Yeah.
This team needs to win and win out if they want to have a chance at the football playoff.
And it's cliche, it's coach talk, I get that, but it really is one game at a time. When you start thinking ahead, hey, we're in the conference championship, hey, we're in the CFP talk, that's when you stumble. So you really have to concentrate first and foremost on Coastal Carolina today.
And the way they do that is what they've been doing all season long. Time of possession, they rank third in the FBS time of possession because they run the ball so well.
Wayne Knight, excellent running back, right? But a really good offensive line. They do an excellent job controlling the line of scrimmage. And then you look at Coastal Carolina defensively, that's been their bugaboo to stop the run. So they're going to have to put another hat in the run box, and then that opens some play action pass for Alonzo Barnett. So JMU is right where they want to be offensively today.
Well, JMU won the toss. They have deferred. Coastal will receive. We talk about this JMU team, and they're led by Bob Chesney. Chesney has done such a great job in his second season. It seems like anywhere he goes, all he does is win. And that's what he has done here at JMU. He was a winner at Holy Cross. He was a winner at Assumption, and he's a winner here. For Coastal Carolina, they are second place in the Eastern Division of the Sun Belt, led by Tim Beck. And they've got their work cut out for them. They have clinched a bowl berth for the 6th straight year. So that's good news for this Coastal Carolina squad, which when you think about it, they've only been playing football for 23 years.
I mean, it's so important that they got bowl eligibility, right? You're going to get you that 15 extra practices, get some young players in there, and they've been pretty good at home, Justin. 4-1 at home, so they're going to come out and play hard today on senior day.
27 seniors honored here before the game. It'll be Cristiano Rosa to kick off. And Malcolm Gilly is back deep for Coastal Carolina. Dominic Nicely, he's the up man here at the Surf Turf. That's right. That's what the turf is known as here at Brooks Stadium. You've got the blue in Boise, the Surf Turf here just outside of Myrtle Beach.
Beautiful day for football. Sun soaked, about 50 degrees, just outstanding.
It'll get chillier as the day goes on with the sunset. Sunset's right around 4:45 Eastern time. And we are set for some football as JMU tries to make it 10 straight wins. They are 10-1 on the season, 7-0 in the Sun Belt. And no chance for a return here. This will be a touchback. So that will bring out the offense for Coastal Carolina, an offense that has struggled a bit. Their quarterback will be Tad Hudson. Tad Hudson, redshirt sophomore, began his career at North Carolina, backing up his now brother-in-law, Drake May.
Yeah, and I mean, for Coastal this season, you've played 4 quarterbacks, right? It's kind of been a carousel. You've had injuries you fought through, and it's hard when you're moving quarterbacks around, and Tad Hudson's the guy, and we'll see if they can get him into a rhythm early. He needs to protect the football. Maybe some quick throws to start this game.
Javen Simpkins starts in the backfield on first down. There'll be a flea flicker, trick play, which is what you'd expect from this team. They're going to have a bunch of them, and this one does not work as the pass was intended for Cameron Wright.
I've seen a couple teams start games with the flea flickers this year, and none of them have worked. We actually talked about that with Dean Kennedy, the offensive coordinator for JMU yesterday, so I'm kind of surprised Coastal started with a flea flicker. 2nd down and 10.
Handoff and going nowhere is Simpkins as he gets tackled for a loss of 2. It'll be 3rd and 12 as Drew Spinagati makes the tackle. And time now for a look at our impact players, brought to you by Freestyle Libre.
And we'll take a look. Jacob Thomas, safety for JMU, one of the leaders, and Jaden Simpkins, the running back. Both of these guys have to have good games today for their teams.
3rd and 12 right now here for Coastal Carolina. Pressure coming again, trying to get out and not going to happen. A sack, this time by Xavier Holmes. A loss of 5, so JMU's defense comes out aggressive early.
JMU, in my opinion, as we're in week 14, the last week of the season, has the best defensive front in all of the group of 5. They get after it up the field with their defensive linemen. They get off blocks, and their safeties and linebackers will come downhill as well. And Xavier Holmes, he was a 4-year guy at Maine, makes the jump to JMU, and he starts this game out with a sack.
JMU forces a ton of 3-and-outs, and Coastal Carolina, they have had a lot of 3-and-outs. Wayne Knight says back away as this ball is right around the 50. It was touched around the 49-yard line. Let's see where they mark it down. They'll mark it down at the 46 for JMU.
And that's why you defer when you win the coin toss, when your defense is that physical to start the game.
So this offense for JMU, they're known for ball possession. They will love to run the ball. Alonzo Barnett. With Wayne Knight in the backfield with him, both guys dangerous. Here on 1st down, the pass is complete, and that's a 1st down for Jaylon Sanchez as he picks up 15.
And because you have to put extra bodies in that run box, I really think the passing game is going to be open today for Alonzo Barnett, because it's kind of pick your poison, right, for Coastal Carolina. You got to stop the run first and foremost. JMU comes out, passes on 1st down.
So already in Coastal Carolina territory. Barnett, handoff this time to Knight up the middle. He breaks 1 tackle and nearly broke a second as he'll take this to the 27. Let's take a look at our impact players on this side of the ball.
Well, you know, and Wayne Knight for JMU, he's excellent every down back, really good hands out of the backfield. And then Trey Brown, the linebacker for Coastal Carolina, really needs to step up and be the leader of this defense. But Wayne Knight, this JMU offense will run through Wayne Knight today.
Those impact players brought to you by Freestyle Libre. 2nd down and 1 after that pickup of 9. Barnett looks like he'll take a shot. Has a man open along the sidelines. That's complete to Braden Wisloski, and he is inside the 10. 1st and goal coming up from the 6.
Yeah, excellent route by Wisloski there, deep out. Cushion there. Alonzo Barnett takes what the defense gives him, throws a strike, and the JMU offense looks good early, Justin.
A 21-yard completion on that play. Now 1st and goal from the 6. Barnett directing traffic in the shotgun. Knight takes the handoff up the middle. He'll get tackled down at the 3. He'll pick up 3. And 2nd and goal coming up.
You see that push up front, right? On a play that doesn't look like much, Wayne Knight's always going forward, picking up 3-4 yards.
He is one of the most dynamic players in all of college football. The guy can catch out of the backfield. He can run out of the backfield. He could be a guy that you see playing on Sundays one day.
Very versatile, and he's playing his best football right now.
2nd and goal from the 3. Handoff again, gets hit in the backfield, breaks away, still trying to push forward, and it looks like he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but that was a great effort by Wayne Knight. Almost tackled for a loss.
Yeah, should have been dropped in the backfield, was able to bounce that, but a good job by Coastal Carolina. Lionel Whitaker for the corner comes up in run support and gets that tackle at the line of scrimmage.
6th play of this opening drive coming up. They've got 3 wide receivers set up to the top of your screen as now Sanchez comes in motion. On 3rd and goal, quarterback keeper, and he's going to go into the end zone for the touchdown. Alonzo Barnett with his 13th rushing touchdown of the season. Wayne Knight with the block. Barnett does the rest.
And that's the +1 run game, right? Quarterback keeps it, gives you an extra blocker. That blocker's number 3, Wayne Knight. Just follow him. You see Riley Robel, 55 to the right guard, the veteran, pull out in front. And you see the patience by Alonzo Barnett. Not just to, rush it up in there. It's wait, let Robel pull, let Wayne Knight get out there, and a nice looking play for the touchdown.
And now Morgan Suarez on for the extra point. And that kick is good. So after a 3-and-out force by JMU's defense, a strong offensive first possession. It's a 3-yard touchdown run for Barnett, his 13th rushing touchdown of the season. Coming up next on ABC at 7:30 Eastern, we cap the night off with a 90th Iron Bowl. The Tide look to cement their playoff hopes with a win at Auburn. Back here, just outside of Myrtle Beach, on a sun-splashed Saturday holiday weekend, it's 7-0 JMU leading as Rosa will kick off once again here. And Malcolm Gilly is back deep for Coastal Carolina. This one is not going to be returnable as it just goes into the end zone for a touchback. Interesting how Malcolm Gilly never even wanted to try to return that. He easily could have.
Well, you got to be careful because if that ball, you saw the backspin on it. If it hits it to one and comes back, that is a live ball. I mean, these kickers now, it's like they got lob wedges the way they're kicking and punting.
It's true. It's funny you say that because I feel like punting has evolved almost more than any other position in football.
Yeah, they're phenomenal at being able to put backspin on that ball.
Starting in the pistol here on first down, Javen Simpkins nowhere to go. Again, gets back to the line of scrimmage. You mentioned it before. This front four, this time it's Aiden Gobaya who is right there for the tackle.
And Tim Beck.
And now there is a player down. That is Michael McMullen for JMU, and you don't want to see anybody get hurt at this point. You never want to see a player get hurt, but with JMU, with what's at stake for their season, they've had incredible depth on that front four.
And he's one of the veteran defensive linemen that rotates through for defensive coordinator Colin Hitchler, who 30, 35 reps. He wants to get all those D linemen through there, so hopefully he's going to be okay. It's a good sign. Big man's up.
It also takes 6 guys to get him up.
Nice. Yeah, 291. Take a look at what happens right here. He's getting blocked. And to me, really a little friendly fire there. Always happens.
2nd down and 10 on the surf turf for Coastal Carolina. Pass to the far side is dropped, and that has been a problem all year long for this Coastal Carolina team. Now 24 drops on the season. This one dropped by Brooks Johnson.
And that play would have just got you to 3rd and manageable, and that's why it's so important. Now you're 3rd and long behind the chains. That would have been like 3rd and 5, and got to catch those.
So Tad Hudson has his work cut out for him here. 3rd and 10. Dominic Nicely in at tailback. Hudson forced out of the pocket, looking for someone downfield. He's got nowhere to go, and he's going to be run out by Trent Hendrick.
And you saw what JMU did defensively. They showed blitz, right? Remember, the coach-to-player communication shuts off at 15 seconds on the play clock. So what a lot of these DCs will do is once it stops and the coaches can't talk, then they'll show the quarterback something different. They're trying to confuse them. They dropped out of their max coverage, nowhere for Tad Hudson to go, and another stop for JMU defensively.
I mean, that's what Bill Belichick did famously to Jared Goff in the Super Bowl. And that's when the Patriots were able to beat the Rams. As Wayne Knight is back deep. Again, he says clear out of the way. And it'll be good starting field position right around the 41 here for JMU. Their first drive, it went pretty much as you'd want to script it.
Well, again, Barnett opens the game with a pass. He's on the money. Then you get Wayne Knight going, good blocking up front. Mixing the ball around, good out throw to Wazlowski. And then let's do a little +1 run game to finish it off with Alonzo Barnett, the rushing touchdown.
And he shows off his dance moves.
Yeah, why not? That's 30 total touchdowns on the year for Barnett now.
We'll call that the Reenie.
Yeah, maybe not the Reenie, I don't know. I should just hand the ball to the official, Justin. I'm old school.
Oh, you're Barry Sanders.
Sit.
Barnett taking the shot down the middle, and that ball is caught. What a beautiful catch by Nick DeGeneiro. DeGeneiro, 27 yards sliding on this turf to make that catch. Watch him almost box out the defender.
I was going to say that. Basketball season, he boxes him out, he finds the ball, he comes back, shields him away, and makes a heck of a catch. Excellent job by Nick DeGeneiro.
27-yard completion. Now it's up at the 32-yard line. Taking the handoff is Knight, again making some guys miss, and that's been a problem this year for this Coastal Carolina defense. Coming in 162 missed tackles. That is the worst in the Sun Belt.
Yeah, and Wayne Knight coming into this game needed 34 yards to break that 1,000-yard mark. Might get that in the first quarter. Give the offensive line credit, though. They're excellent. They'll rotate some guys in during the drive, so you'll see some different offensive linemen come in. They keep them fresh. They've done a nice job this season.
Knight motions out, empty backfield right here as Knight's now at the top of your screen. Barnett, quick pass to the far sideline to Logan Kyle, to the near sideline, excuse me, and Logan Kyle has got it. He'll get the first down as he picks up 7. They only needed 2.
And Kyle's a tight end that's kind of like that hybrid, right? You can put him out wide like they did right there. He's 234, but he can run. Nice job.
He gets rewarded by going off the field.
Yeah.
He goes out. Lakota Dupree comes in.
who Coach Bob Chesney absolutely loves. Talked about him a lot to us yesterday.
1st and 10. Knight back in right next to Barnett. Handoff is to Knight, and this time he gets wrapped up right away. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, but a nice job coming up there in run support. You have to do that, right? You got to get those extra hats in. You're going to see a safety come downhill, corner come downhill.
Dante Lunan with the tackle. Knight goes out. George Pettaway comes in. Pettaway, very similar skill set as he now motions out of the backfield to the top of your screen. 2nd down and 10. Let's see if they go quarterback keeper. Barnett, he won't. He'll go to the end zone, and that's a missed opportunity right there. He had Jalen Sanchez. He was open. He beat his man. He just overthrew him.
And I think, so Coastal sent a blitz there, and I think Barnett he just rushed a little bit, to your point, Justin. Just hold it a beat. I mean, you're fine. The pocket's clean. Hold it another count. Step into that throw, and you got a touchdown.
And there is a player down right now for Coastal Carolina. That's Dante Lunan, who made that tackle on 1st down at the line of scrimmage, and the training staff comes out to look at him. Looks like he is okay, able to walk off the field under his own power.
And it's a defense, you know, I know we're at the end of the season, looking for an identity. They've been pressing, right? Trying to make perfect plays. And sometimes when you do that, it's just, you're trying too hard. You can have teams that do that. So they're just trying to get them relaxed, have fun, play football, free and fast. You know, and obviously losing Shane Bruce, the middle linebacker, he was the leader of that defense, has hurt them tremendously.
Pettaway will stay in here on 3rd and 10 from the 17. Handoff is to Pettaway. Pettaway can't get away from a tackler. He'll get 2 yards. It's Trey Brown with a beautiful tackle.
And we talked about Trey Brown earlier. Exactly what you want to do from that middle linebacker spot. Come downhill, meet the running back in the hole, and win. And that's what Trey Brown did right there. Excellent job. Scrapes over the top. Trey Brown needs to have a big game today if they want to be able to minimize the running attack of JMU.
This will be a 33-yard attempt right now for Morgan Suarez. You see his numbers on the season, just 8 for 12. The lefty, and we're going to have a timeout called by Coastal Carolina.
Timeout, Coastal Carolina.
And that's not one of those timeouts that Tim Beck wants to have to call.
You can tell he wasn't happy. I don't think they had the right personnel, so he had to burn it there. But if you only give up 3 here for Coastal Carolina, that's a win for your defense.
No doubt about it. Especially the way that this offense was moving down the field for JMU. Bob Chesney with his offensive coordinator, Dean Kennedy. I love what both coordinators were saying about his leadership. They say, he lets us do what we want to do. And that has led to a lot of wins. Last week, JMU was tested against Washington State, trailing at the half. Third quarter, Barnett goes deep, able to find Wislowski, 68 yards for the touchdown. And then it was a huge run by Wayne Knight up the middle. That go-ahead game-winning touchdown run for 58 yards. And this final pass breakup would seal it for JMU and keep those playoff hopes alive. Out of the timeout, it'll be Suarez on for 33-yard field goal attempt to try to make it 10-0. Patrick Ray, the holder. And from 33, it is good. 10-0. The Dukes on top here in this first quarter.
You know, going back to that Washington State game last week, and you're right, you need a win like that where you come from behind, you're just kind of duking it out with them, no pun intended there. In Washington State's a program, Jimmy Rogers, the head coach, came there from South Dakota State. Yes. Had Ole Miss, took them to the wire right at home. So it's a program that's good. So it's a great win really for JMU at home, and one that just, they needed that, right?
It also kind of wakes you up, right? You can't all of a sudden think and start reading your own clippings. Instead, you get tested, realize, oh my gosh, we got to make a comeback. Yeah. You make that comeback, and now you realize the importance of what you have here today. You already know that you're hosting the Sun Belt Championship next week, as they take on the winner next week of the game going on, Southern Miss against Troy. So Rosa will kick off. Malcolm Gilly back deep, but we've seen Gilly really have no interest in returning it for Coastal Carolina the first two kickoffs.
Yeah, and if I'm JMU, I almost try to pooch this where it comes down at about the 5-yard line and see what he does.
Go NFL style.
And just the opposite, a little line drive over the shortstop's head.
That's going for a double. Well, let's see if Coastal Carolina can get something going offensively against the defense for JMU. So far, it's been 2 3-and-outs, a whole lot of nothing.
And Tim Beck talked about we have to run the ball, and then if we're not, we still have to stay with it and be patient. Well, it's going to be really hard against this defensive front for JMU, but I do agree with him. You got to get something going, and obviously a first down here would be a good start. Get some type of rhythm.
Dominic Nicely will start in the backfield. Hudson on first down to pass. He passes too nicely out of the backfield. They get that short completion, and that's what this team does. They don't like to throw the ball down the field. I was almost shocked by this, but they only average 5.5 yards per attempt.
Yeah, and when you're not going to throw it downfield, first down is crucial. So to get nicely out of the backfield, pick up 4 yards, that keeps you ahead of the chains.
On second down and 4, they motion the tight end out, setting up a screen. And that pass is caught by Carmelo English. He'll be tackled just shy as he picks up 4, so 3rd and 2 coming up.
Yeah, important down here. Obviously, want to keep this drive alive. And they're going to go with a little more pace. Offensive coordinator Drew Hollingshead here. I kind of like this. Go with some rhythm.
Handoff up the middle. This defense, let's see where they mark the forward progress. He's going to be stuffed short. He'll get just 1 yard. Nicely only gets a yard because Trent Hendrick, the linebacker, is right there. He's the guy who wears the green dot. He's the leader right now for this defense.
And when your defensive line is as good as they are with JMU, that frees up the linebackers, right? Keeps them free to come up, come down. And I kind of agree with Tim Beck here, right? Punting isn't going to help you here. You got to score points against this JMU team. It's 4th and short. You got to go for it.
Empty backfield here on 4th and short. Hudson throws, completes the pass, and that will be enough for the first down to Cameron Wright. You don't see that very often. On 4th and short, you go shotgun, empty backfield.
Yeah, and so it's a quick pass. Obviously, Cameron Wright gets out there, the ex-receiver. You flood the zone, you roll them to the right, and really, when you can't it's hard to run against a good defense like that. That's an extension of the run, those quick pass game plays.
Nicely stays in to the right of Tad Hudson. The first down of the game for Coastal Carolina. Here's the handoff. And nicely will be able to fall forward, gets back to the line of scrimmage. Jay Barksdale with the tackle.
Yeah, I was going to say Barksdale, the nickel, is up there. Run support.
Javon Edwards, the tailback, he now motions to the top of your screen. So empty backfield once again here on 2nd down and 10. Hudson over the middle. That ball is behind the intended receiver. That was Bryson Graves. That ball's on target. You've got yourself another 1st down.
Yeah, he had him. I mean, there was a bunch of JMU defenders there. He had to split these defenders, but as you said, Justin, just put it behind him. Got to get that in front of him, give him a chance to run after the catch. First of all, catch it, and then hopefully come down on his feet and run.
So now 3rd and 10. Setting up the screen, and that will not work. Oh, man, JMU was all over it. Jacob Thomas, a tackle for loss of 3. Jacob Thomas, man.
Official timeout for injury to the offense.
Jacob Thomas, former walk-on, played quarterback in high school, and just is everything you want as a leader defensively. Read, recognize, and react. He did it all on that screenplay. Breaks it up, and
Javen Simpkins is still down right now for Coastal Carolina. Took that hit. You're not expecting to get hit right away on a screenplay. As they still look at him, we'll take a break. 4th and 10 coming up. JMU on top, 10-0. Back here at Coastal Carolina, 10-0, JMU leading. Justin Kutcher alongside Rini Angolia, and hope you had a great Thanksgiving here on this holiday weekend. Maybe, I don't know, still shopping?
Probably,
Took advantage of Black Friday?
Black Friday.
Yeah.
Still eating leftovers, all that stuff.
Not that man. He's fit, ready to go. He's trying to keep his playoff hopes alive. A punt coming up here for Coastal Carolina. Emil Sabafunde will punt, and back deep is Wayne Knight. And Knight, let's see if he gets a chance to return. Doesn't fair catch it, muffs it, goes on top. There is a flag thrown, and he's able to cover up.
Yeah, you're going to get kick catch interference. Just couldn't time it up.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team, number 8, 15-yard penalty. First down.
That's against Jamison Tucker, who's also a wide receiver.
Yeah, tried to time it up perfectly, and I don't have a problem with it. Just got there a little too quick.
Just a bit early. Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, that was great coverage, especially for a low kick.
And I tell you what, Wayne Knight did an incredible job recovering that anyway, but it's a penalty, so 15 will be tacked on there.
This JMU offense has been able to move the ball very well so far in their first 2 drives. Wayne Knight, after the recovery, back in there at tailback. And he'll take the handoff. Takes it up to the 37-yard line. Tackled by Dante Lunan. Remember, Lunan went down earlier. He's back, no problem.
Good to see Lunan in there. Dre Pinkney was in there as well.
Pick up a 4, 2nd down and 6.
Pinkney's was a game time decision, so good to see him out there playing. This Coastal Carolina team's very beat up. A lot of guys missing, a lot of guys playing hurt.
Quarterback keeper up the middle, Barnett breaks a tackle, and he's across the 45 up to the 47. He'll get 10, and it's Noah Arinze with the stop.
Yeah, good call by Dean Kennedy there. And Alonzo Barnett, I don't think gets as much credit as he should, as how athletic he is. And again, Riley Robel, 55, excellent job pulling there with a kick-out block in a nice hole. Alonzo Barnett hits it, first down.
Barnett barking out the orders to the offensive line. Coming up on 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Handoff to Knight, and Knight this time gets wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. It's Tyler Moore. You want to make sure you wrap up Wayne Knight. That's exactly what Moore did. A big guy, 6 foot, 297.
And Moore's been getting a lot more reps. He's playing better. He's disruptive up there, and he gets off the block and gets that tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Exactly what you want from your big defensive tackle.
Transfer out of Tennessee. 2nd down and 10. Barnett surveying the field, comes back across the middle, complete to Jaylon Sanchez for the first down. Really nice job by the line protecting them.
You saw that pocket there, right? It was really nice. Barnett doesn't panic. He's going to step up. This is exactly what your pocket should look like. Gives his receiver Sanchez time on that dig route to come open. Barnett puts it on him.
1st and 10 at the 39 of Coastal Carolina. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Now Knight goes in motion. Barnett taking the shot down the field, coming back for it. What a play! Touchdown, Braden Wisloski, 39 yards. A phenomenal adjustment. That ball was underthrown. He came back to make the play. Wow.
Well, he ran a corner route, so he was looking over his outside shoulder. Then he had to adjust and turn back to the inside, and then comes back. And I think they say, what do the kids say? This, you've been mossed when you come back and make a catch like this over the defender?
Oh, is that good?
Just tremendous ball skills. That was Wisloski.
Transfer out of Maryland. Touchdown here, and Suarez, the extra point is good. So the offense moving the ball down the field again. Alonzo Barnett stepping up and able to find Wislowski. He was the one who made the adjustment.
Yeah, he was, like I said, he's running a corner route. Barnett throws it more towards the middle. He adjusts while that ball's in the air, comes back and finds it. You see the defender there, Fred Adams, kind of look for it and stumble, and Wislowski comes back and makes an outstanding catch. And it's the one thing with JMU, and you just see Alonzo Barnett just, cool, I'm calm, I'm good. They have a lot of weapons, and they do a nice job spreading it around, and everybody makes plays on that offense.
Well, here's the funny part about that. They motioned Wayne Knight out. Wayne Knight was like saying, I'm open, and Barnett was looking down the field. He's like, nah, I think I got this one instead.
Yeah.
Barnett now 6 of 7 in this first quarter for 122 yards. He's got 1 passing touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown. Cristiano Rosa will kick off once again.
You know, and the crazy thing is, Alonzo Barnett, obviously, you fans know this, he tore his ACL the last game last year. So for him to come back this season, not only play, but be as good as he's been, is outstanding.
With all new receivers, too.
Yeah, a whole new receiver room. Literally an entire new wide receiver room.
Another touchback, and guess what? Kick off your Week 13 NFL Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern with the Countdown Crew on ESPN and the all-new ESPN app. They'll have all the early breaking stories, injury updates, and preview of each game right up until kickoff. That is tomorrow, beginning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Javon Edwards will start in the tailback here on this drive for Coastal Carolina. Familiar starting place at the 25. Hudson pressured, and he is going to try to just get rid of it, throw it away. Was there anybody in the vicinity? If not, it will be intentional grounding. The pressure was by Drew Spinagati.
And it didn't make it back to the line of scrimmage. He was in the pocket, and there's the flag. It's clearly intentional grounding.
Offense, number 12. There was no receiver in the area, in the pocket of the rest. Ball piece places, spotted foul. Loss of down. Second down.
Stephen Robinson, our official, also with a hot mic.
And I get what Ted Hudson's doing here. He's like, let me throw it. What he was trying to do was throw it out of bounds, but he's in the pocket. So there's got to be a player there regardless. And so, yeah.
So now 2nd and 24. Hudson over the middle, and that ball is incomplete. Again, thrown just behind the receiver. And this time it was Malik Mega who was the intended receiver.
And although it was behind him a little bit, that's one that Mega, if you ask him, he's got to catch this ball. Because you got to make plays for your quarterback. Definitely behind him. Listen, it would have been a tough catch. I'm not saying it's an easy catch, but when you're struggling offensively, those are the plays you got to make.
And already Coastal Carolina's 0 for 4 on 3rd downs, and now you're facing a 3rd and 24 deep in your own territory. Hudson almost threw an interception. There was Sahir West. West could have walked that one into the end zone had he caught it.
And West is the most talented defensive lineman. He's had a great offseason this year, preparing for this year. Super athletic, and yeah, he almost had a touchdown. When he sees this on film, they tried to cut him. That's how athletic he is. They can't get him to the ground, and he almost picks this off, but that adds to the dominance up front there by that JMU defensive line. How about for West? That was his 4th PBU of the season. As a defensive end. It shows you how athletic he is, right? To be able to time it up, get his hands on balls. Low punt. That almost hit a JMU player. It'll be down at the 43 of Coastal Carolina, as that will end the first quarter.
It's the end of the first quarter.
A quarter that was dominant for JMU, both offensively and defensively. 17-0. JMU trying to win their 10th straight and move to 11-1 on the season. would have his work cut out for him in this game against James Madison because the Dukes have been playing such great football. But the first quarter has been problematic all season long for Coastal Carolina. And it continues here today as they are minus 73 in scoring margin in the first quarter.
You know, talking to JMU offensive coordinator Dean Kennedy, one of his keys to the game was start fast. So I think he's got to be pretty happy with 17 on the board in that first quarter.
Handoff to Knight. He's able to get around the edge, gets a block, and Knight takes it across the 40 up to the 37-yard line, picks up 5. Did you see how he ran back and around?
And it's a game of inches, right? So he's so close to getting tackled for like a 5-yard loss, 5-yard TFL. Instead, he's able to avoid the defender, get outside, and pick up 6 yards.
Slight difference in the offense so far. Second and 4. Again, the handoff and the shiftiness of Knight. I think that's the only way to describe him. He's shifty. 3 yards right there. He plants that foot and just goes a different direction. You are a running back. I mean, you got to appreciate this.
I was not shifty like that. and he does it within the interior line, right, which is good. He's got really good vision and good balance. Now, good job by Coastal Carolina. You got to get a stop here, but this is 4-down territory for JMU anyway. They know they got 2 downs here to try to pick this up. They may try to throw it here and try to pop one down the field.
3rd and 1. You've got a couple of options here. Keep it on the ground, and Knight will get the first down. Needed 1, got 2.
This little inside zone there. And Zach Greenberg, the center, number 60. He's kind of the leader up front there, running that offensive line. They do a nice job.
That puts Knight up over 1,000 yards on the season.
Was off by 1.5 minutes, right?
Yeah,
I said first quarter. That was close.
You did. But you know what? You missed it.
I missed it. Too bad.
George Pettaway is now in. Barnett, pressure coming, able to elude it, looking, and now he's going to just tuck it and get some positive yards. Nearly got sacked. You could tell he wanted to turn and look towards the far end zone, but that would have been a really tough pass.
Yeah, whenever you throw it back across your body, right, that's dangerous. So wisely he ate that and ended up, picking up a couple yards.
The only guy I've seen who can do that, and it still scares me, Mahomes.
Mahomes, yeah.
Second and 8. Dumped over the middle to the tight end, Logan Kyle. And Kyle will take it to the 29.
Diawara there did a nice job, the defensive lineman for Coastal, to get off his block and find that tight end on that middle screen.
Wayne Knight comes back in on 3rd and 7. Where they are right now on the field, would you say it's 2-down territory?
I mean, I believe they're in field goal range, right about what they would want to do for Suarez, so it'll be an interesting decision. I think it's going to depend on what they pick up here on 3rd down if they don't get it.
Play clock down to 3. Barnett, pressure coming, gets rid of it, and he overthrows his receiver, Braden Wislowski. So now 4th and 8 coming up, and let's see what JMU will decide to do.
Yeah, because they're in field goal range, but they had to play it right there. I mean, Barnett had Wislowski, just missed him. One-on-one on the outside, good route by Wislowski. And that one, Barnett just couldn't step into that because that had sailed on him just a bit.
This now 47-yard attempt for Morgan Suarez. The season long was 45. The kick from 47 is good. So that's another element of the game that you need to be good on. Special teams. Get that kicker warmed up. You might need him next week or maybe even the weeks after.
Introducing Verts. Swipe for news and highlights. Now available on the ESPN app.
I thought it was about Reedy's vertical leap.
I was going to say, no, you got the vert with the Air Jordans. We're actually thinking alike today. It's kind of funny.
Well, right now, if you're in the shade, it's cold. If you're in the sun, it's nice and warm. Justin Kutcher alongside Rini Angolia. Another kickoff here for Cristiano Rosa. Malcolm Gillia has been back. He has not been able to return one kickoff yet for Coastal Carolina. And you should know every game. Jordans.
Of course.
Yeah.
But those look like, that you'd have a good vert with them.
Used to have one. Into the end zone for a touchback. So this Coastal Carolina team, it's pretty remarkable what they've done. 4 straight conference starts, scoring 40 or more points. They're 3-1 in those games, but you're also going up against the cream of the crop here today in this conference.
And coming off a game where you played South Carolina where you only scored 7. So 2 back-to-back really good opponents to finish the season for Coastal. Regular season, that is, now that they are bowl eligible with 6 wins.
On first down, Hudson to pass, and that pass is complete, the largest completion of the game. A 25-yard completion to Zach Courtney.
Yeah, nice job by Courtney, the big tight end, just down the seam, and a good throw by Hudson. And they're going to go with tempo again. Hudson,
again, taking a shot now down the sideline. A lot of contact. Any flag? No. Elijah Culp on the defense. Malcolm Gilly, 2 against 2.
And Culp did a nice job of looking back for the ball with that contact at the end. That's why no flags dropped there.
2nd down and 10. Hudson, they'll change the play. Pressure coming. And the handoff to Simpkins. Simpkins will take it across midfield to the 49, gets 3. Jacob Thomas, who had that big hit before, he's the one who makes the tackle.
And you got to keep the defense honest, right? That's why, even though you haven't really had success in the run game, you got to stick with it. You can't just abandon it and start throwing the ball around.
3rd and 7. Coastal looking for its first 3rd down conversion of the day. They're 0 for 4. Hudson. That pass, defender was draped all over the receiver, and there is the flag. Robbie Washington was the receiver, and he was being hugged.
They've definitely been held there.
Pass interference. Defense, number 32. 15-yard penalty. Automatic, first down.
DJ Barksdale gets called for the pass interference, and he just said, no, it's the holiday season. I was hugging him.
Yeah. Well, they're kind of hand fighting all the way down. Right there, he's on him. And yeah, see that left arm wrapped around him?
Just says, I love you, man.
That's right there. The hold, pass interference, whatever you want to call it. The ball was in the air, so it's going to be a PI. Easy call for the official.
And now here's Coastal Carolina. They've been first time inside of JMU territory in this game at the 34-yard line. As he was hit, Tad Hudson got knocked by Jacob Thomas. Jacob Thomas is making his presence felt. And Rainey, I got to ask you this, because we were talking with Coach Chesney yesterday about Jacob Thomas. He was a walk-on. Now he's one of the leaders. How do you go from being a walk-on to being a stud?
Well, it shows you his mentality, right? He's not one of these guys that says, oh, I'm not getting what I deserve. I'm jumping in the portal. I'm leaving. Nope, he worked hard. He earned a scholarship. He's very intelligent. It's exactly what you want as a leader on your team.
Nicely taken the handoff. He'll get a couple yards. As Aiden Gobira with the tackle. Second time we've seen Gobira make a tackle here today.
And you love to see those stories, too.
Yeah.
They're everywhere, where the former walk-on and finally earns a scholarship. But not only that, he's a leader and a standout player on the defense is Jacob Thomas.
You know what school was known for that? Kansas State.
Yeah. Just blue-collar, hard-working guys. JMU's got a lot of that in them.
Hudson stepping up, throws low. That pass is caught, and that will be enough for the first down. Cameron Wright makes the catch, picks up 7. And again, Coastal wants to go with some tempo.
Yeah, and they better go quick, and they are.
Edwards, a little shake and bake.
Yeah, I thought replay might step in there just to take a look at it, because they look at every single play, but I do believe he had his hands under it. Yeah, clearly caught it. Had that arm under. It's an excellent job by Cameron Wright.
Dominic nicely comes in at tailback. 2nd down and 8. Tad Hudson finding some rhythm here on this drive. Rolling out to his right. Now comes back to the left, to the end zone. It's incomplete. Looking for the tight end, Zach Courtney.
And that's the matchup they want. You got Trent Hendrick, normally wears number 5, is wearing number 42 out there in coverage, chasing the tight end. Just couldn't hook up. Good job by Hendricks running. You know, talking to Tim Beck this week, he said we have to sustain drives. Well, they got a nice drive going here, but they have to score touchdowns in the red zone. So big 3rd and 8 here for Coastal Carolina.
9th play of the drive coming up. 3rd and 8 from the 18. And we're going to have a timeout called here by Coastal Carolina. That'll be their 2nd timeout of the half. A big 3rd down coming up here for the Chanticleers. Seeing what they can do. Can they draw up a play and get a first down? Maybe even more. Trailing 20-0 here in the 2nd quarter to JMU. Welcome back to Conway, South Carolina. A look at this week's college football rankings brought to you by Capital One. And as you look at this, obviously Texas A&M, they lost, so things could change. But everybody watching this game is looking at Tulane, because that is what JMU is fighting for. Can they get into it? And if you look at the percentages of these group of 5 schools, who has the best chance? Right now, it's North Texas who won. Tulane game is coming up after us.
And the interesting thing, North Texas and JMU have a common opponent in Washington State, something that, you know, the committee will look at if they need it, if it comes down to that.
Jalen John in for the first time. Hudson is going to try to run with it. He doesn't have much room. So what do you do right now if you're Coastal Carolina?
Well, and field goals aren't going to win you this game.
Right.
And Tim Beck knows that. The only problem is you didn't pick up much there, and it's 4th and 7. So the probability of picking up a 4th and 7 is not high. So he's going to opt to try to get some points here.
It'll be Kian Afrukte on for a 34-yard attempt. That one is just barely good. Barely crossing the crossbar, but points are on the board for Coastal Carolina. The Chanticleers have 3, the Dukes have 20. For 20 years, Allstate has celebrated every field goal and extra point made at participating universities by donating to the university's athletic scholarship fund, supporting all student athletes. Thank you, as always, to Allstate. First time we're gonna see Philippe LaForge kick off in this game for Coastal Carolina. Curtis Harris Lopez is back. And they're going for an onside kick, and let's see what happens here. Who recovers it? It looks like Coastal Carolina has it. They do.
great call.
Forge, the kicker, is the one to recover it. That will make Pat McAfee incredibly happy.
And the call by Tim Beck, you gotta steal possessions in games like this. Exactly what they did right there, caught JMU. Now the officials are huddled up talking about something, so we'll see. But right now, it's Coastal Carolina ball.
An illegal touching by the kicking team at the 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for James Madison at the 44.
Wow, scratching.
Man.
Remember, the ball's got to go 10 yards. They're saying it went 9 before LaForge touched it. We'll get a look at it here. Wow. Now listen, replay, replay can get involved in here. And they're gonna.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
The previous play is under video review.
Brian Beckering, the replay official. It's a true freshman in LaForge. And right now, Pat McAfee is at home saying, do not overturn that.
Well, here's the thing now. They ultimately called it was illegal touching on the field.
Well, I'm sorry. You do overturn it. That was a great play by the kicker.
So you need clear and obvious from replay to now overturn what they called on the field. Now, this is probably the best look we're going to get down the line.
It has to go 10 yards. I think he's going to be okay. I mean, if you go back and you see where he actually touches the ball.
Yeah, it's where the ball is. Don't worry about his body or anything like that. It's where the ball is. Needs to get to the 45-yard line. And he's looking. He knows that.
He hasn't touched it. Now he just touched it for the first time. I think this is going to be overturned.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. But can you, the only problem that I have, Justin, is can you definitively tell me when his finger first touched that ball? But I mean,
so it doesn't touch, it doesn't touch. His hand hasn't touched it. I think right there is where he touches it.
And I'm with you. I think if you piece it together with that view, because that's a really good view when he touches it, piece it together, which they can with the high look that we have as much down the line as you can. I'm with you. I think it went to 10, and I think it should be Coastal Carolina ball. But again, verbiage is, for replay, it has to be clear and obvious. There's a lot of people yelling at the TV right now telling me, well, it's not clear and obvious. Even you two are kind of talking about it. So, but we'll see. We don't get paid to make the call. We just get to second guess it.
Do you really want to get in the way of a good story?
I don't. I listen. And you know, they got together and came up with that. There wasn't a flag thrown initially. No. So this is a big play too, because it's an outstanding call by Tim Beck. And when you're an underdog, you need takeaways and you need to steal possessions. That's stealing a possession, getting 3, and then the onside kick, and it was pulled off. To us, it looked really good.
After video review, the ruling on the field is upheld. First down, James Madison.
And it goes back to what I said.
Yeah.
Clear and obvious. And that's one of those ones, if they let it, they called it good on the field, you're not overturning that the other way. So, but I'm with you. I think the kicker did a tremendous job. Just didn't get the LaForge, just didn't get the call to go their way.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I'll say it.
You'll say it.
All right, so now JMU takes over with really good starting field position at the 44 of Coastal Carolina. On first down, the handoff is to Knight. And Knight will take it up to the 41. He'll get 3. By the way, I should mention, I mean, I think that should have been overturned, and it should be Coastal Carolina ball. And that's saying a lot, because I have to go home. My wife went to JMU.
JMU grad, I know. And I know she's probably sitting at TV watching, sweating this game out, white knuckling it.
You know, she's yelling at the TV right now. That's it. You're sleeping on the couch.
The dog's barking.
Barnett. That pass intercepted. Karma. Miles Woods able to pick off number 14, Alonzo Barnett, 3rd interception of the season for Woods.
And what a jump on the ball there by Miles Woods. You know, Barnett throws it kind of in between 2 receivers out there. They both stood there, didn't come back for the ball, and Miles Woods said, guess what, I'm going to split the 2 of you. I'm going to drive on this ball and intercept it. Great job. Right side of the screen. You're going to see two receivers kind of out there, and Sanchez doesn't come back for the ball, and Miles Woods does. Exactly what you want to do. They do a little switch route there, and that's where, if you're Sanchez zero, you got to drive. You have to drive back to the ball. He doesn't. Miles Woods does. Timely takeaway there for Coastal Carolina. 7th interception thrown on the season, and here on first down, the handoff, that'll go for a loss of 3. Javen Simpkins just nowhere to go, and they're just showering. It's Halloween. Wait, no, I thought it was Thanksgiving. I don't know. Oh, yeah. It's a little spooky for me. I'm just confused. 2nd and 13. Lateral, and this will be a double pass, maybe? No, he tucks it and runs with it. Bryson Graves. You could see they want to set up the double pass, and Graves alertly didn't have the pass, so he ran with it. Yeah, I mean, JMU wasn't fooled on the back end. They had really good coverage, and smart by Graves just to eat it. Top of the screen, it's where they wanted to go. And how many times you see a receiver just say, oh, the hell with it, I'm throwing this thing up anyway. Yeah. Graves does not, wisely there, and live for 3rd down, although it's 3rd and 15. Pressure coming. Pass down the sideline. Is there going to be a flag? No flag. There was some contact. The intended receiver was Jamison Tucker. Rogers on the coverage. And that was a pretty good throw by Tad Hudson under pressure. Tucker just couldn't get to it. And you see the defensive back, Rogers, look back. A little hand fighting there, but they're letting him go there. But all in all, it was a good throw by Hudson. Tucker just could not get to it. A quick 3 and out after the interception. Unable to take advantage of that interception. Again, a low line drive punt, fair catch signaled and made for by Knight at the 30, a 41-yard punt. JMU come back with the ball, leading by 17. James Madison under Bob Chesney. You think about what he did, right? Like, came in from Holy Cross, replaced a guy who got his program on College Game Day, leaves, took a ton of players with him, took a ton of guys with him to go to Indiana. Indiana's now one of the top teams in the country, and yet he comes in and does the job he's doing. And replaced 60 players from that team last year, and it didn't miss a beat. Toss to Knight, and Knight will be lucky if he gets back to the line of scrimmage. But what they have done between Cignetti and Chesney is they have just ignited the fan base of JMU. The alumni are watching every game. One of the most famous alumni, Steve Buckantz, a longtime voice of the Washington Wizards. He's just texted me. He's like, I love it. Let's go Dukes. And they have an administration that cares. They put a plan in place and is following through it, and they're investing. Play action. Barnett, that's a lateral. Wislowski has to go back to make the catch. He does, but he's going to lose, it looks about a yard. But he would have lost about 7 or 8 had he not caught that ball. So good job by Wislowski. And listen, give Coastal Carolina defensively credit. Jeremiah Johnson, our defensive coordinator, they're coming up. They're playing aggressive and fast right now. Exactly what they need to do. Bob Chesney. His offense has slowed just a bit here of late, with under 5 to play here in the first half. Empty backfield. Barnett, good protection, lobbing one to the sideline, incomplete for Michael Scott. That's a tough throw to make. Yeah, he tried to layer that in there. It was the right read, but it's a tough throw to drop that in the bucket over defenders into Michael Scott's hands before he goes out of bounds. Coastal says, we'll return the 3-and-out favor defensively. Kind of a defensive
I believe this
right
is
now.
The first punt of the game for JMU. Patrick Ray on to punt. Bryson Graves back at his own 28. This is a high, short kick. Goes out of bounds around the 41 of Coastal Carolina. Just a 29-yard punt.
Bob Chesney used to do a little punting in the day himself. I don't think he's too happy with that punt. Looks like he can still play, huh?
Yeah, he's in good shape. It looks like he's running wind sprints with the guys.
Yeah. Enjoyed speaking with him yesterday.
Coastal Carolina with 4:36 to go here in the opening half, trailing by 17. You get the sense if they want to stay in this game, you almost need a touchdown. Hudson, he's going to step up and run, slides, and they're going to mark him down at the 44. He'll get 4. Amar Thomas with a tackle. There is a player down right now. I believe that's Emmanuel Bush, number 0. For JMU.
It is the big defensive lineman running there. When I say big, he's 350.
So Bush still on his stomach now, able to roll over. From Lancaster, South Carolina. It's amazing how these big guys can run. We saw it before, friendly fire. Looks like we're going to have it again here.
Especially when the quarterback slides, right? And yeah, you see this teammate come in there, boy, and that hit him low on that leg. You just hope he's okay.
It was Amar Thomas who went low.
But I'm glad for big Emmanuel Bush, though. He got hit low, and then those legs came out, which is always a good sign as they look at that right leg of his.
We were speaking with Colin Hitchler, the defensive coordinator, just yesterday, and he was saying how they have this depth at the defensive line. We talked about it earlier, and ideally he'd like each guy to get about 35 plays, and they could cycle guys in and out, but now Bush can help him up, and let's see if he puts any weight on that leg. Not a whole lot. So hopefully he's going to be okay. He's not putting any weight on the leg.
Man, don't forget, we've talked about it, but they're in the conference championship already.
Yep.
They just don't know their opponent yet. So obviously you never want to lose players, especially ones that play a lot when you got a championship game coming up. So it doesn't look good right there for Emmanuel Bush. Let's hope he's okay.
It'll be the winner of the Southern Miss Troy game. That's who Coastal Carolina will host next week for the Sun Belt Championship.
That's Colin Hitchler right there that you were looking at, the defensive coordinator, the aforementioned.
2nd and 6, motion the tailback out of the backfield. And this pass is batted down at the line by Amar Thomas, who just made that previous hit against his own teammate.
Just assumed it was going to be Sayer West when I looked at first, but it's the other defensive end. Amar Thomas getting those hands up there.
3rd and 6 upcoming here for the Chanticleers. Just 1 of 8 on 3rd downs today. Going down the sideline, just overthrowing the intended receiver, but there is a flag thrown late. Was it a catchable ball? Malik Mega was the intended receiver. That ball was overthrown by a good 15 yards.
Defense, number 13. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Tyler Brown gets called for the pass interference. And I think right now what Chesney is asking is, was that ball even catchable?
Yeah, because Tad Hudson took an unbelievable hit as he releases his ball. Well, there's the hold right there. They called pass interference. Yeah, I mean, it landed, out of bounds, but probably in an area where you don't know. He may have caught that, so it's a good call.
So they go deep on third down. They get the pass interference. New set of downs from the 42. Hudson throws back over the middle, completes that pass. Spinagati with a tackle after a pickup of 4.
Spinagati, the Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Week after 16 tackles last week against Washington State, stepping up nicely.
Making his first start.
Yeah, coach has said, he's a prototypical linebacker, going to come downhill and he's going to hit you.
He's got a great last name.
Yeah, played at Holy Cross. Another one of Chesney's Holy Cross guys.
On 2nd and 5. Reverse. The pass. Wide open. There it is. Graves. Dominic Nicely and Graves combined for 25 yards.
You know, JMU knows these trick plays are coming. We talked to Colin Hitchler, the defensive coordinator, about it, and they're going to do trick play. Now go with Temple. They're going to go fast.
Hudson to the end zone. That pass is caught. Touchdown, 12 yards to Bryson Graves. We had just said we felt like this drive had to end in a touchdown for Coastal Carolina. They get the big pass interference call on third down, and they capitalize.
And playing with momentum, right? They didn't really have any momentum early in this game. They had it there. Defense is playing better, first and foremost, for Coastal Carolina. I think that gave them a little pep in their step, and their offense comes out right there, does well, takes advantage of the PI, the pass interference. Nice little trick play to set them up, and then the touchdown pass by Tad Hudson. A really nice drive for Coastal.
The extra point is good by Efrute. All right, so watch the trick play set up by Coastal Carolina. You said you knew they were going to do some, and they actually lined up nicely. He took the snap.
Yeah, no, it was a well-devised play, and they ran it nicely. You get that big chunk play. And then you come right back with tempo, right? Get right on the line of scrimmage. Good route by Bryson Graves and a good throw by Tad Hudson to stick it in there. And just like that, got ourselves a ball game.
Now it's 20-10, but you're thinking right here for JMU, all right, you know what? Let's bounce right back.
So yeah, two schools of thought, right? If you're JMU, you say 2 for 1. We get the ball start second half. We're going to go down and score. And then we're going to get the ball, start second half, score again. If you're Coastal, you're thinking, we need to stop them. And if you're Coastal, last case scenario for them is go to the locker room 20-10.
Right.
Okay, at the very least.
Curtis Harris Lopez is back deep. Remember last time they tried the onside kick. Can't imagine they'll try it twice. This will be returned from the 4. Harris Lopez has some blockers down the sideline, and he's going to be run out of bounds right around the 25-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 26. So JMU got off to a great start. They've been struggling the last couple of drives. Scored on their first 4 drives since the interception and a punt.
Yeah, and first down to me is key, right? When they've struggled on first down, they've struggled in that series. So you want to get 4 to 5 yards on first down and stay ahead of the chains, and then they're a much better offense.
Joby Mallory in for the first time at tailback. Hand off to Mallory up the middle, pushes that pile, and he'll pick up 4.
So there's your 4. So now you're on schedule here. Now that opens you up for second down here. That's where they like to use the quick pass game here.
Again, the handoff. A nice run by Mallory.
Or you can give it to your 240-pound back, too. Let him square those shoulders and go.
He's the 3rd back we've seen in there, and he's impressive.
5'11", 236. I gave him a couple extra pounds, but...
Well, it's late in the year.
He did Thanksgiving. Yeah, he's definitely over 240.
Will they get a play off before the 2-minute timeout? They will. It's Mallory again, and he's spun forward for a yard, and that will lead us to the 2-minute timeout. 20-10, JMU leading Coastal Carolina in the final regular season game of the season as JMU looks to move to 11-1. Next Sunday, we'll have the exclusive reveal of the final college football playoff top 25 rankings and a 4-hour special. Reese and the guys will break them down from top to bottom and unveil the matchups for the 12-team playoff. It all starts at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific after Sunday NFL Countdown on the ESPN and ESPN app. Wayne Knight back in here on 2nd and 10. Barnett, that pass is caught by Nick DeGennaro. And that'll be a first down as he takes it up to the 48 of Coastal Carolina, gets 13.
Yeah, plenty of time here, all 3 timeouts. Remember, we go to old timing rules. After a first down, the clock will stop to reset the chains.
Now the handoff to Knight, who gets hit right away. Good job by the defense. And this time it's Jaden Bryant. 2nd and 10. Barnett pressured and he goes down. Sacked by Jaden Bryant. He just made the tackle against Wayne Knight. Now the sack. And that is a loss of 6.
I was going to say, when Jaden Bryant made the tackle on Wayne Knight, he's known as a pass rusher. That's what he specializes in. He had the run stop for the TFL, but now he gets to his specialization as he gets Alonzo Barnett for the sack.
2nd sack of the game. And now it's 3rd and 20.
The coach has said, Jaden Bryant, very twitchy. He showed it right there.
Off to another twitchy guy, and that's Knight. And Knight will take it up to the 43-yard line, picking up 15. So with that clock winding down, that could be the final play of the half.
You know, I think if you're Chesney, you're probably going to take a timeout with 3 or 4 seconds left.
Take a chance?
Taking a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah. One play left.
So there is the timeout setting up a play.
And I agree with him.
Please put 10 seconds on the game clock.
Oh, now they
10 seconds.
took it at 10, so that's a little more than I thought.
Well, what you do now, right, if you've got 10 seconds and 2 timeouts, you can actually try to go a quick out or even over the middle and then timeout.
Correct, but if you don't get the first down, you give the ball back to Coastal.
You're right, I forgot it was 4th down.
Yeah, so that's the interesting thing, right? That's why I thought, maybe just run it down to like 4 seconds, take a timeout, just take a Hail Mary shot, because don't leave any plays on the field. But with 10 seconds, they could be thinking, yes, let's do that. And if we don't pick up the first down, okay, we give it back to Coastal with 5 seconds left, and we'll take our chances there, because they're really not in the area where they can reach the field on a Hail Mary. So I think they're probably thinking like you are, Justin. Let's try to get this first down. The whole field's open to us because we have a timeout, and then call a timeout and see if we can get 3 on the board.
Shelby Mallory is in at tailback. And right now, Coastal Carolina has a couple of players at the goal line. Quarterback sneak, he's trying to get the first down, and he is not going to get it. Will get stuffed as he picks up 3. Jordan Mack with the tackle, so a turnover on downs with 4 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, so they tried to spread him out, run that quarterback draw. He was going to get the first down, go down, take a timeout, and give him a shot at 3. Good job by Coastal to come up and tackle, keep him short of that first down. Now you give him back the ball. Like I said, you can't reach.
Game clock operator, please put 5 seconds on the game clock. 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ted Hudson with the ball at the 40. He's not reaching the goal line with a Hail Mary throw. So James Madison's not really worried about it. They're just going to play a prevent here and just make sure you come up and tackle and knock the ball down.
The way they're setting up,
and they're not,
they're just going to take a knee.
And I agree with this. Just, listen, we talked about it. At worst case scenario, get into the locker room, 20-10.
Yep. They did their job.
Played a good second quarter, did Coastal.
A really good second quarter against a hot team in JMU. A 9-game winning streak. James Madison will receive the kickoff to open up the 3rd quarter. But Coastal Carolina making a game of this one as the sun is setting here just outside of Myrtle Beach. The fans have come out. JMU got off to a great start. Coastal has responded. And as we go to the half, it is a 20-10 JMU lead.
Jackson. Bench.
welcome back as it's now nighttime here in Conway, South Carolina. James Madison leading Coastal Carolina by just 10. And I say just 10 because they got off to a great start. Coastal Carolina has scored, I believe, 10 unanswered. Justin Kutcher alongside Rini Angolia. And Rini, we saw JMU get off to that hot start, but how about the response by Coastal?
Yeah, you felt like JMU was going to pull away in it. The second quarter by Coastal Carolina, excellent. Really started with their defense, coming downhill, making plays, and then the offense followed up with that touchdown late to get it within 2 scores at 20-10. So they're in a good spot here. They got to stop JMU, though, who gets the ball to start this third quarter.
Yeah, JMU, as you mentioned, gets that ball. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. And early on, it was all JMU.
Yeah, started early, running the ball. Good job, Barnett, the +1 run game. Thrown it as well. Tremendous catch there by Woloski. And then the trick play, a little trickeration from Coastal. Get him down there inside the red zone to set it up, and then a really good throw by Tad Hudson to Bryson Graves, and a much-needed touchdown by Coastal. And it's a new game for them starting the second half.
A look at the stats from the first half, and obviously total yards certainly in favor of JMU, but a couple of turnovers and time of possession.
I mean, the fact that it's a 10-point game and Coastal Carolina has -12 rushing yards, that tells you something right there, that they're still in it.
Now, the bad news for Coastal Carolina is that really what JMU has done this year in the second half defensively has been unbelievably impressive. As we mentioned, JMU will get the ball to start this third quarter. Curtis Harris Lopez is the deep man for the Dukes. Philippe Laforge, who nearly recovered his own onside kick. And we did have a discussion with the replay officials during halftime, and they said we just didn't have that clear evidence to overturn it.
And that's where they need a shot directly down that 45-yard line, and you're not going to get it. And so they got to stay with what the call was on the field.
And they're going to try for the onside kick to start the second half, and this time it's going to be recovered by JMU, and it's also a flag because the ball did not go the 10 yards. It doesn't matter because KJ Flo recovered it for JMU. They were prepared that time.
They sure were. Fool them once, but not twice.
Offside. Kicking team, number 27. 5 yards from the end of the run. First down.
All right, so it wasn't that it didn't go 10 yards. It was the fact that it was offside.
But you take a shot there, Coastal Carolina, but now tremendous field position here for JMU.
Yeah, you know, you like the onside kick the first time.
Correct, not so much
right now to
there.
start the third quarter, it's really dangerous.
Because I think you had momentum.
Yeah.
Right? And you went into halftime with momentum, so I think kick that thing off because your defense was playing well. Now you put them in a tough spot here to start this third quarter.
All of a sudden, do you take a shot at the end zone here? If you're JMU, a quick strike. 2 tight ends in. Wayne Knight in the backfields. Starting at the 38, the handoff is to Knight. And Knight will take it up to the 34-yard line. He gets 4.
And I'm sure Bob Chesney, offensive coordinator, Dean Kennedy, talked to that offense and said, we need to win the line of scrimmage. Let's establish it, and let's get this running game going. They didn't get it going enough in the first half for them.
Agreed, especially with how good of a run game they have. On second down, handoff again, and there goes Knight. Knight bounces up to the defenders, loses the football. It's down. JMU says they have it. Jamarian Wayne is the one who knocked it free, and it does look like, yes, it's recovered by JMU.
It comes right back to Wayne Knight. He fumbles it, it gets knocked away, and then it's going to get knocked right back to number 3. Watch this. And it's just that's a great hit that caused that fumble, and it comes right back.
Yeah.
Wayne Knight says, thank you very much. He had it high and tight, and that's exactly what you want to do. Bite the football. You'd like to have the head up a little bit more by Wayne there. You know, bite it, look at it a little bit more, but Good tackle.
Joby Mallory now comes in. He takes the handoff up the middle. They go from the smaller Wayne Knight to the bigger Mallory. And still no whistle. Finally a whistle. Dante Lunan will bring him down, but they're going to pick up 8 on first down.
That's about 50 pounds of difference in running back there that you're trying to tackle when you change those two out.
Think about what could have happened had that fumble been recovered by Coastal.
And I can tell you, as a former running back, you're going to fumble from time to time because the defender's just going to put a good hit on you. It wasn't carelessness from Wayne Knight. He had the ball high and tight. It's a good hit that knocked it loose.
On 2nd and 2, Barnett will take the ball up the middle. He's going to be right at that first down marker. They're going to say, yes, he got it. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 10. Trey Brown was the one who got credited with the tackle.
Yeah, definitely a concerted effort to establish running. They haven't thrown the ball once. Start the second half.
And we've seen more 2 tight end sets already in this 3rd quarter than we saw the entire first half.
A lot of 12 personnel.
Wayne Knight is in with 2 tight ends. On 1st and goal, handoff to Knight, cuts it back. How about that cutback? Wow! He almost looked like he was on skis getting on the edge.
Yeah, I mean, that's an underneath zone play to the right, and he's able to bend it all the way backside to the left, put that right foot in the ground, square those shoulders, and take it backside.
So he goes out after picking up 6. Mallory comes in as it's 2nd and goal from the 4. He'll motion back into the backfield. Barnett behind Mallory. Barnett reaching, and he's going to be down just shy. I mean, he is at the half-yard line. Tyler Moore with the tackle.
Well, if you don't give it to the big back, Mallory, you might as well just follow behind him as a lead blocker, and that's what Barnett did there. They're down to the half-yard line, 3rd and goal. But this is, listen, when you have a 250-pound back, 240-pound back, excuse me, give him the ball.
Well, right now, you've got the big backs. You got 2 tight ends in as blockers. And it's 3rd and goal from inside the 1. And the big back gets hit in the backfield. Wow! They're going to lose a couple yards right there.
Well, you know, you have 2 lead blockers, right? 2 tight ends lined up in fullback spots. You can't let them get penetration like that. Even though the snap's a little high, it's fine. And you see the penetration, you just ran, defenders ran right by him, and give Coastal Carolina credit. What a stand.
So now you bring on Morgan Suarez for his 3rd field goal attempt. This one from just 21 yards, but as you said, huge credit to the Coastal Carolina defense. 2 for 2 on the day from 33-47, and this one is good from 21. Points on the board on the drive for JMU, but they thought they were headed towards 7. Instead, it's 3. Well, don't forget, coming up next on ABC at 7:30 Eastern, we cap the night with a 90th edition of the Iron Bowl. The Tide look to cement their playoff hopes. Isn't it too early for Santa Claus?
Nah.
We just had Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving was late, though. It was late this year, so I think we're good.
My gosh. I mean, just rushing into the next holiday.
Yeah, take your time, right? But it's up.
It is the holiday season, the season of giving. Malcolm Gilly is back to receive this kickoff. He has not really tried to return much. Cristiano Rosa. There will be no return on this one. Well, as our Fansville College Football Update brought to you by Dr. Pepper, if you want a good rivalry, you want competitiveness, this is absurd.
A lot of Bama fans very nervous about tonight, but you said something earlier, and you're right. If Bama wins this game, they're in the playoff, because even if they lose the SEC championship game and finish 10-3, they're getting in the playoff. They're not going to leave the loser out of the SEC championship game. So this game is rivalry, and for all intents and purposes, to put them in the CFP playoff.
On first down for Coastal Carolina, the pass is tipped, and that's incomplete. It bounces. It was tipped by Tyler Brown, number 13 for JMU.
And that's where you got to be careful in traffic like that. It gets knocked up and get a pick six easily, but luckily it hits the ground, goes incomplete.
So Tad Hudson, who began to get into rhythm in that second quarter. Javen Simpkins in the backfield. Look at as they load the box here for JMU. And they're going for a little jet sweep to Robbie Washington. Washington will get 5, so 3rd and 5 coming up.
And that's what they need to keep trying to do. We saw the trick plays in the first half, jet sweeps. We saw the tempo get up offensively. Just got to try to keep JMU defensively kind of on their heels a little bit.
Dominic Nicely is in here on 3rd and 5. Hudson, his pass complete, turning his Cameron Wright down the sideline, and Wright will be shoved out of bounds right around the 45-yard line. Yards after catch. That's what this team does as they pick up 25 yards right there.
Yeah, good recognition by Tad Hudson to find where his receiver Cameron Wright was. Let him to the outside, let him turn, and the yards after the catch, as you said, Justin.
And now there was almost a fumble on the mesh right there with the handoff with Hudson and Nicely.
I get the up-tempo, but sometimes you watch offenses, they go too fast for their own good, and they're just not in sync. And as you said, that mesh point wasn't great, but they don't fumble, but they don't get any yardage either. 2nd and 10.
Nicely comes out saying that wasn't very nice. Edwards comes in. On 2nd and 10. Hudson off the back foot throws, and it's incomplete. Trying for the one-handed grab was Cameron Wright. Maybe trying to make a case that his other hand was being held.
Well, Elijah Culp's barking at him. He was in coverage. He never turned around, number 2 for JMU. And I'm with you. It kind of looks like they were both locked up. It almost looks like he was holding Culp's arm down, and that's why Culp was getting mad. But Culp never turned around and played the ball, so I guess just let him play.
But if he doesn't turn to play the ball, the likelihood is the PI will be called against him.
As long as he doesn't contact him, there's no face guarding in college football.
On 3rd and 10, pressure coming, setting up the screen, and the pass is dropped. Dropped by Edwards, another one. When Coastal Carolina looks back at this season, dropped passes are going to be one of those things they think about.
And Edwards is one of those true freshmen, really good, talented, and you got to make those plays, though. I mean, you catch that ball, you turn it up, you have the first down. You're going to keep this drive alive, and you might break a tackle and go the distance. He's got good speed. especially when you're trying, when you're the underdog and you're trying to knock
Right.
off the favorite. You got to make those plays.
And they're going to go with a fake, which isn't all that surprising. But guess what? JMU is going to make the stop. You kind of had a feeling that they were going to do something right there.
But I would venture to say JMU is well versed and coached now after that onside kick that really Coastal Carolina pulled off, that they're going to be on their P's and Q's for these fakes now.
A couple of onside kicks. Now a pass on the punts. And JMU is ready for that one. They'll take over. Point lead for JMU here in Conway, South Carolina. And these two teams are in the East Division of the Sun Belt. In the West Division, we've got a game time for an update from our own studio. Justin Kutcher reading goalie here. Troy against Southern Miss. Troy gets on the board first.
Yes, Tate Meadows has a nice year at running back. Good job there for him for the score. Good to see Goose Crowder back throwing a strike there. And Southern Miss says, oh, come right back. It's a back and forth game, Justin.
It is a back and forth game. And how about this play right here? The handoff up the middle. They would fumble it into the end zone, recover. It's 14-10 Troy right now. As here, back here, this pass is tipped, incomplete, intended for Wayne Knight. How about that for a studio update?
Yeah, we did it ourselves. See the winner, obviously, will go to JMU next week, but JMU's not thinking about that, and their fans are thinking about, all right, we got a half left here. Sloppy for them, I think their fans are probably saying. See what they can do here in this third quarter.
Barnett is 3 yards away from 5,000 career passing yards. Keep it on the ground here, right up the gut. Huge hole for Mallory, 17 yards.
And that's a nightmare for a safety when you see a 240-pound back coming downhill at you in the open field. This is a business decision here. You got to get in there and make a tackle, and you hope, there you go, have one of your defenders, Marion Wayne, come over and kind of tackle him from the side.
You're like, thank God. Yeah. Nice pass here to the near sideline to Nick DeGennaro. DeGennaro will get 7.
You know, we talked about it earlier, and for those that don't know, every single receiver that JMU had last year left or graduated. Every single receiver they have this year is brand new to the team this year.
And oh, by the way, Barnett was injured, so he didn't have spring football or summer football to work on with these guys. Handoff here once again. Tackled by Amari Notice. Just 1 yard there for Mallory.
Yeah, Notice does a nice job coming down the line, getting off that block. Making that tackle for a short gain.
See, I think right now, where they are at the 32, this is 2 down territory.
Absolutely, yeah. I don't think you're going to kick a long field goal here. You got 2 downs to pick it up here.
They go empty backfield. Wayne Knight, bottom of your screen. Barnett, he's going to run it up the gut. He gets hit, breaks a tackle, spinning, and that's some nice defense. They're going to stop him. He gets just 1. Dante Lunan, first one to make the stop.
And that's where Alonzo Barnett has to listen to his instincts originally. You just got to put your shoulder down and go. He danced in the hole and tried to bounce back. Right here, go, just go. I know there's a defender there, but you have a better shot just getting to that line to gain. Again, defense flying around for Coastal Carolina, but here we go, Justin. 4th down.
Once again, now it's 4th and 1. Remember, Coastal Carolina made that stuff near the goal line. Handoff. It's up the middle, and it's going to be Wayne Knight for the first down. His quarterback, Alonzo Barnett, even gave him a push, saying, hit that hole.
Well, and what Coastal's doing is they're selling out, coming off the edge on those plays, trying to get to the back in the backfield, right side of the screen. But a good block there. Good usage of the tight end. That was Josh Pfeiffer to come down with that down block, or else Jaden Bryant would have had another TFL and would have stopped the turnover on downs.
1st and 10 now at the 25. Barnett steps up, throws wide open as one of those tight ends, dragging defenders into the end zone. Lakota Dupree, 25-yard touchdown. A former defensive end.
Charlotte transfer. He's a mixture of everything you want with a tight end. He's physical, he can block. Oh, by the way, catch a pass and then become a big runner as he drags guys into the end zone.
And it looks like right now JMU is going to go for 2.
Yeah, try to get it to 21, 3 touchdowns, three PATs. I'm kind of old school, though. I just said kick it unless you need it, right? Take the point. That's just me, though.
Barnett to pass, back of the end zone, caught. Nick DeJaneiro threading the needle right there was Barnett.
How about that throw by Alonzo Barnett? Now, there's a penalty because Nick DeJaneiro tossed the ball to the defender. It's unsportsmanlike contact. You just can't do that, Nick. Just to set the ball down and run to the sideline. We know you beat him, you know. And that might not hurt you in a game like this, but it could hurt you in a championship game. It could hurt you in, you know, a bowl, a CFP playoff game if you get there. He knows better than that.
Score is good. After the play, unsportsmanlike. James Madison, number 11. Taunted. 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
$11 unanswered points now here by JMU to open up the second half. The touchdown pass to Lakota Dupree, and then a 2-point conversion to Nick DeJaneiro. It's now 31-10, JMU on top. Now our Week 13 Monday Night Football matchup. Drake May and the AFC leading Patriots, winners of 9 in a row, host the New York Giants at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the all-new ESPN app with Peyton and Eli on ESPN2. Coverage kickoff with NFL Live at 3 Eastern in Las Vegas, then SVP and the Monday Night Countdown crew at 6 Eastern. And right now, you're going to have Cristiano Rosa kicking off, and he's kicking off from the 20, so there should be a return for Malcolm Gilly, although maybe he makes a fair catch. You just don't know.
We're about to find out.
Takes it at the 10, off the 2 Hopper. And he'll return it to the 35-yard line. A 25-yard return. Well, we talked about Drake May. How about this? Tad Hudson was the backup to Drake May at North Carolina a couple of years ago. His sister, who actually began dating Drake May, and Michael got married to Drake over the summer. And what a story Drake May has been this year.
He's been phenomenal. I mean, the Patriots in a whole have been great. Mike Vrabel, outstanding, but nice little story there.
Yeah.
Huh? Sis?
Those two were middle school sweethearts. How about that?
It's awesome.
They met when they were 12 years old. I thought my parents were young. They were 15 and 17. Hudson tries to keep it. He gets tackled in the backfield. Drew Spinagati, loss of 2 right there for a guy who didn't start. Yeah. Spinagati's got something to him.
Grew up in New Jersey, but Winter Garden, Florida. So that's an Orlando guy, so Spinagati.
2nd and 12. This third quarter has been all JMU, kind of like the first quarter was. Hudson stepping up, takes the shot over the middle, has a man open. And that pass is caught by Carmelo English, dragged down inside the 25. Justin Eaglin finally brought him down.
Yeah, nice route by Carmelo English. I believe it's the first time we've called him out today. Nice job by Tad Hudson, stepping up, throwing a strike, and they're going to go with tempo here.
And before that, a timeout was taken by JMU. They realized they had to get their defense set. So 31-10, and Carmelo English hobbling off the field just a little bit. They marked him down at the 25-yard line. So a couple of bigger plays than what we're used to seeing from Coastal Carolina.
Well, you need those chunk plays, and you need to take shots down the field vertically. So it's good to see. It was a good throw by Hudson. Nice route by English. Now they got to finish this drive off, right? Got to get a touchdown.
So if you're Coach Chesney right now, and you call this timeout, what are you saying to the guys?
One, you want to make sure you have the right personnel on the field. And, you know, obviously, that's offenses do that. They get a big a chunk play on you, and then they run right to the line of scrimmage. Don't let you substitute, but they just have to bear down. You know, that's what he's telling them. Let's get a little pass rush going, and let's cover well on the back end. They've let a few guys get behind them tonight.
1st and 10 from the 25. Simpkins in the backfield with Hudson. Pressure coming. They dial it up. The pass towards the end zone. There's a lot of contact. The ball is incomplete. That could have been offensive pass interference, and now watch out. Justin Eaglin was there against Cameron Wright. There looked like there was some extracurricular.
Well, and the way Eaglin stepped over him, you could get an unsportsmanlike penalty there. Coverage is good. He looks back, and really, Wright was really the one that initiated that contact, so good no call. But then at the end here, it's just, all right, just get up, guys. Just get up. They're both kind of going at it and kind of right there, and then he tripped him back. You know, let's just play football.
The swing pass. Oh, what a tackle. The open field tackle right there as they were trying to swing it out. Beautifully played by KJ Flo. And remember, Flo was the one who recovered the onside kick to open this third quarter.
He's a returning player. Watch him get off the block. Beautiful. Get underneath it and make the tackle. Outstanding by KJ Flo there.
It's so funny because people think about how you have to tackle somebody. Sometimes if you just knock them off balance, they go down.
Yeah, especially in space. It's really hard to tackle a good athletic player in space, but to beat the block and do it, tremendous.
Third and 10, loading up the box again. Pass, and that one, is it picked off? No, incomplete. Justin Eaglin was there, and the official says it hit the turf, the surf turf. Now, obviously, they're going to take a look at this.
And Eaglin's he's got 4 interceptions on the season. He was putting his hands up like, give me 5. You know, the ball's allowed to hit as long as it doesn't help you catch it, but I think that nose clearly went through there to help him trap it.
Well, this will be a 42-yard attempt by Afrukle. And from 42, not good this time. He just barely got it from 34. He misses here from 42.
And the defense for JMU gives up a couple chunk plays, but they bend, but they don't break.
And remember that timeout that Chesney called.
Yeah. And, you know, he's an excellent coach. It's why I know JMU fans aren't going to want to hear this, but he is clearly in the coaching carousel when that first domino drops, which we all know is Lane Kiffin. Bob Chesney square in the crosshairs of a bunch of schools.
It's kind of remarkable when you think about him, where he's come from, Salvo Regina to Assumption to Holy Cross here to JMU. There's a chance that he goes from Holy Cross in the FCS to a major college football program in 3 years. On first down, the pass to Wislowski. Wislowski's spinning away and gets to the 29. He'll pick up 4. But think about that for a minute.
It's incredible. And he's an outstanding coach. And really, it was Curt Cignetti that really did it. You know, he's older, obviously, than Bob Chesney. But, I mean, the rise that he had so quick with what he did at JMU and now what he's doing in Indiana. And we talked about it earlier. And then Chesney steps in behind him here at JMU, and they don't miss a beat. And poor JMU saying, come on, guys, what are you doing? Can you stop taking our coaches?
Mallory takes the handoff, and he keeps on going. Mallory across midfield, dragged down. They'll mark him down at the 48, Dante Lunan, but a 23-yard run for number 28.
What a great 1-2 punch, right, with Wayne Knight and Joby Mallory. Good blocking. And every time you look up, Riley Robel, 55, is pulling and blocking someone. Outstanding. Zach Greenberg as well. Carter Sweezy up there, just doing a good job. The offensive line.
Now Wayne Knight comes in. He goes out. Top of your screen, empty backfield here on 1st and 10. Barnett going deep, and that's going to be overthrown. Was looking for Wislowski. Oh, no, I beg your pardon, DeGennaro.
DeGennaro's he's the speedster. He will stretch the field on you. You know, he was a 2,000-yard receiver when he was at Richmond. Comes over here to JMU, and he hasn't really missed a beat.
That's what I love. There are 19 players on this roster from FCS schools. So think about what Bob Chesney has done. You take 19 players from FCS schools, and you're 10-1 on the season. And now it's kept by Barnett, and Barnett will dive forward to the 40. He'll get 8.
You know, we talked to Bob Chesney about looking at the type of players he wants. Because, yeah, obviously productivity is first, right? He has to be a player that can produce, but they also need to be accountable, have accountability in what they do, and then coachability, right? And he's done a nice job of putting those 3 things together and told his players, let's embrace the bullseye. The bullseye's on us, embrace it. But we're still going to be the hunter. We're going to hunt. We're not going to get hunted. We're going to embrace the bullseye, and we're going to go hunt.
And right now they're hunting for 2 yards on 3rd and 2. It's Barnett. He's got him. Still going. And now he gets dragged down. And you got to be careful also. He'll get 11 yards. Gordon takes him down. But what you don't want to have happen is a guy like Barnett. Remember, he got hurt in the last game of last year.
And he actually went down at the end of that run, which was smart. Don't fight for extra yards. You don't need to do it. He went down. So at least you can tell he's thinking about it.
Got a 21-point lead. Tell you what, here at this stadium, it's too bad you guys can't smell what we smell. There's got to be some fried chicken out there.
Yeah.
It's bow time. Barnett, dangerous pass, and it's caught. Smoke Collins. And he will be stopped at the 10. That was a beautiful catch by Collins to pick up 19. And that, if it doesn't go to Smoke, is going the other way.
It's a pick 6, yeah. I mean, the DB jumps it, and rightfully so, and just can't pick it off. But when it's going your way, it's going your way. As Collins makes that catch, turns it up, and that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd.
The end of this 3rd quarter with Bojangles smelling great here at Brooks Stadium. 31-10, JMU leading Coastal Carolina. Trying to move to 11-1 before next week's Sun Belt Championship game back in Harrisonburg. Don't worry, it's not a rave. The lights are all working. We're going to the 4th quarter. here at Coastal Carolina. See, the lights are back on. Party's over. 31-10. JMU leading Coastal Carolina. Justin Kutcher alongside Reedy Ngolia as Tim Beck in his squad is facing a 1st and goal from the 9. And Mallory is in at tailback for the Dukes. The pass to the corner of the end zone, over the shoulder, and that is caught for a touchdown. Isaiah Alston, what a beautiful catch.
Outstanding route, even better throw by Alonzo Barnett. And you know, Alston's 6'4", 200, he's got long arms. He stems it, keeps the defender on his inside, and lets that ball fade to the outside. He'll go to it, long arms, gets a foot in, controls the ball. Now, came loose at the end there, so replay may look at it, but to me, he came down in bounds, took a step, and then went out of bounds. The ball was dropped. So to me, that's control, foot in, touchdown. And yes.
Yep. 3rd passing touchdown of the game for Barnett. His receivers have made a couple of beautiful catches on touchdowns. Wislowski and now Alston. And the extra point by Suarez is good.
Yeah,
20th touchdown of the year for Alonzo Barnett through the air.
The thing I love about this throw is if Alston doesn't catch it, no one does. JMU rolling now. Let's get our head coach Bob Chesney involved in it. It says Isaiah Alston, 38-10 Dukes in the 4th.
It's only fitting with that guy right there to tell you that WWE Survivor Series is a Thanksgiving week tradition since 1981. And the War Games return tonight, highlighted by the main event, a 5-on-5 locked 2-ring steel cage match with Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar leading their teams. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, streaming on the ESPN app with the unlimited plan. What you gonna do?
We're gonna have a little 2-ring steel cage match with dinner after this. The way we're smelling that chicken up here.
And once again, we will have a touchback. Coastal Carolina will take over. I used to be the biggest back when it was the WWF, the World Wrestling Federation, I was the biggest fan. I mean, Hulk Hogan, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Andre the Giant.
Andre the
How about
Giant.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Yeah. Oh, are you kidding? In kindergarten, I did it on a kid on the school bus.
There you go. Those were the days. The 80s, baby.
Oh, I thought it was all real. I did a flying elbow. Coastal takes over at the 25. Hudson going through his progression, comes out to his tailback. And that's nicely getting upended by Justin Eaglin. There's a lot of symmetry here with you and I. Like,
there
you know, I feel like we would have grown up as friends.
For sure.
Pass over the middle. That looked like it hit the umpire. Was that complete? Holy cow.
And how did the umpire get out of the way? Kudos. Did you see that spin move by the umpire?
What a play. And now the run up the middle for the first down. Hang on a minute. We've got, let's see if they got that play off in time.
It's hard to tell if there's flags on the field because I'm looking through 2 panes of window tint and a teal field, so.
Prior to the ball being snapped, the previous play is under video review.
Yeah. So Stephen Robinson's going to let us know that Brian Beckering is going to take a look at that previous catch, which, again, I don't know how it avoided the umpire. And then to make the actual catch, I truly thought it hit the umpire. I thought he almost caught it.
Well, he could have, but he clearly got out of the way. And the one look we had, it looked like he caught it.
The umpire's Jason Simpson.
Remember, it was called a catch on the field. I mean, and you got a goalpost in the way as well, and upright. So I don't see anything there that shows he dropped it. And nothing there either. Maybe the third time's a charm.
What a spectacular catch by Bryson Graves.
The concentration. Now, if you're Tim Beck, I mean, it's going to be upheld, but they had run a play and got the first down that now didn't count. So now you got to do it again.
Third down.
So you get stopped short here on third down. That's what will drive you nuts as a
Please put
coach.
14:33 on the game clock. 14:33. Thank you.
It is also amazing when, you know, a lot of the people have left here now that it's 38-10. But when this game began and the sun was shining,
beautiful.
The temperature said 50 degrees. The sun beating down on you, it felt like it was 70. Right now the temperature is down, hovering around 40 degrees. Much cooler than they're used to here. It's 46, feels like 36. See?
That's about right, yeah.
Now they're going for the tush push. And it looks like they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, and nose just needs to touch the 35-yard line. The line judge is going to come in and give him that spot.
Oh, no, they're not. They're saying he's short.
Well, and the line judge ran in over the 35-yard line, and now the ball gets marked a half-yard short. And the remaining fans that are here, the boos are out.
And going back to what you said, you know, that call was upheld, and they had already run a play that they thought they got off in time for the first down. So now you're 4th and 1. Hudson, he'll keep it himself, and he does the job. This is a guy who played power forward in high school, was also a pitcher and third base when he said, forget it, I'm lowering the shoulder, going to box out all these guys.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 230-pounder as well, so he can put his shoulder down. Boy, it was much harder to get that first down than they would have, they would have liked to begin with.
Hudson out of Huntersville, North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte. Jalen John now in at tailback. Hudson's pass incomplete behind the intended receiver, Jamison Tucker.
And just out of sorts there. Trying to hit Tucker.
Now let's not forget, for Coastal Carolina, they've lost 2 in a row, but they are bowl eligible. So they're hoping they get into the bowl. They get that invite, more practices. Hudson over the middle, a crossing route to Cameron Wright, and Wright gets tripped up. A good open field tackle by Elijah Culp, and Culp a little bit slow to get up, and now he says, nope, nope, I'm good.
Yeah, if Culp doesn't make that tackle, Wright's going to turn upfield and get a lot of yards after the catch. And Ted Hudson's impressed me today with making throws with people in his face. He's been hit a bunch today. He's been moved off his spot, but he stays in there. He's a tough kid, and he delivers the ball.
Javen Simpkins comes in on 3rd and 9. Motions out. And a whistle before.
Prior to the snap, delay a game, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So you go take a 3rd and 9, and now you make it 3rd and 14.
And those are the ones that'll drive you nuts, right? Those pre-snap, those unforced penalties.
Hudson in trouble, dumps it off, and it's incomplete. Dropped by Simpkins again. Pressure was coming by Sahir West.
And that's exactly what JMU wanted to do anyway. Throw it underneath. We're going to come up and tackle you on 3rd and 14, and it gets dropped nonetheless. And I feel like the wind is completely out of the sails of Coastal Carolina here in the 4th. Tad Hudson again gets hit. He's going to be an ice bath tomorrow for sure.
Or just sit outside.
Yeah, or just sit outside. Well, the way these guys take their shirts off, right? It's the new thing now.
Knight is back, fair catch, backpedaling, and he'll make the fair catch at the 22. A 46-yard punt, 11.5 to go here in the 4th, 38-10, JMU leading.
college football playoff selection show. The bracket will be filled. Judgment Day is here.
AT&T is keeping you connected with your bracket insights, and this is what every single JMU Dukes fan is paying attention to right now. Tulane is playing after us. North Texas has already won. Which team will get in to that bracket?
Well, I mean, the committee's already told us for this particular season, so don't jump down my throat. They like the American better than the Sun Belt in whole. With Tulane being ranked, it's their spot as long as they win out. But you got to win tonight, and you still got to win a championship game in the American against North Texas. And the other unfortunate thing for JMU, we talked about it, they have a common opponent with North Texas head-to-head with Washington State that the committee will definitely use if North Texas wins the American Conference Championship and then JMU wins the Sun Belt Championship.
Yeah.
But, you know, Bob Chesney, we talked about it. You just got to win.
Yep.
You know, it's all you can do is take care of your business. Control what you can control. The one things you can't control, like a committee, nothing you can do about it. And he was asked about style points, and he's like, I don't really think about style points. We just play.
They play really well. 38-10. They were tested. They got out to a 20-0 lead, then it was 20-10. Here the handoff. Here goes Mallory. Mallory breaks tackles. He's off to the races. Mallory to the end zone. 73 yards. He might be 240 pounds, but he just took it 73 yards to the house.
I mean, in my notes, I have pounder, short yardage. There's nothing pounder and short yardage about that run at all by Joby Mallory. Inside zone, excellent blocking once again, and then he hits it, and he's like, 240, I run like I'm 190.
Longest run of the year for JMU. Last week, it was a 58-yard touchdown run by Wayne Knight. And now a 73-yarder by Mallory.
I mean, how about the bragging rights Mallory's going to have in the running back room now with Wayne Knight? Hello.
You said before it's a great combination. It is.
But the combination usually doesn't have Mallory going 73 yards. I mean, look at him hit it. And he's determined there. He knows. He's like, I'm not getting caught. You saw the little peek out that left side, peek again.
And he was slowing down. He was running at a speed. And notice how he made that angle, right? He had to just kind of cut towards the pylon so that he would not be caught. Wow.
Listen, if you get caught, that's a lonely feeling in the running back room as well. So he doesn't get caught, he scores, and now he's got bragging rights.
And it's now a 45-10 lead for JMU.
So they don't try to do style points, but they do style points just by playing football. See Bob Chesney, that's his dad right there in the purple with the glasses right next to him, senior. Always with him, always on the sideline, lifelong coach himself. In high school, there he is.
He's like, yep, that's what I taught him.
It's my boy.
Taught him everything he knows. This will bounce into the end zone again for a touchback. So what happens next for Chesney? Again, they will host the Sun Belt Championship next week, and it looks like it's going to be against Troy.
There's Dean Kennedy, hand on his head. There you go. I don't know why he's nervous. And this is the point of the game now, 45-10. If you're JMU, you're going to put a lot of subs in. You're going to put a lot of, get your starters out of there. Start thinking about next week and let some players that haven't played go out there and finish this game out for you.
Now it's a matter of, all right, let's stay healthy. This pass to the far side is complete. That was Brooks Johnson, tight ends with a catch. And we've talked about it before, but this guy, every place he goes, he wins. And he not just wins, he turns programs around. So if you are one of those schools that has the opening, there's no doubt his name is being floated around.
JMU fans are going to hate me, so I apologize for this. I'm going to play a run here.
Don't tease us like that.
When the dominoes drop here with Lane Kiffin, if I was a betting man, and I'm not, I would say Bob Chesney is going to be in that mix, and I would not be surprised if he ends up at Penn State. He's a Pennsylvania guy. I think he's an outstanding coach. I think it'd be a dream job for him, and still, no disrespect to JMU, it's just what I feel. But we'll see. A lot still has to happen. A lot of dominoes out there.
That pass picked off, going the other way. Pick 6 for KJ Flo. 34 yards. KJ Flo has had himself a second half to remember.
And you love when your nickel can tackle in space. We saw KJ Flo beat a block, make a tackle for a loss, and then jump a route, pick it off, and take it to the house.
And let's not forget that Coastal Carolina tried to start this half with an onside kick, and it was Flo who made the play, and now he takes it to the house. Safe to say the route is on right now here in Conway, South Carolina. This is a DB's dream. Jump the route, and all you see is surf turf in front of you. Ride the wave, baby. Well, there's a great song being played here in the stadium right now, but this news is now official. The Sun Belt Championship game next week It will feature Troy going to Harrisonburg, Virginia to take on JMU to be the Sun Belt champion.
I had Troy earlier this year, head coach Jared Parker. Nice job. Dan Goose Crowder back. Should be a good one.
Oh, a short kick. Gilly has to come up and take this at the 13. He's got a block. And now a bunch of flags come flying in. One flag through 20 yards.
It's a good arm there by that field judge.
That's the punter right there. Excuse me, that's a kicker. No, I beg your pardon. It was Lee Johnson, the player who's down. The freshman from Richmond Hill, Georgia. Actually saw his mom at the hotel this morning. She was wearing his jersey. Oh, let's just hope he's all right.
Coach Chesney out there with him, training staff.
There's something about when you speak with Coach Chesney and he talks about the relationships with his team and how close they are. He said that they all had a Thanksgiving dinner together on Wednesday, but then on Thursday, how many players went to coaches' houses to enjoy Thanksgiving with them, with families? And he has said that, you know, he has 3 kids. He wants his kids to be able to just run around and be around good people. And he's like, that's what means so much to me, that I have good people in this program.
He's an outstanding leader. And coaches today, because college football's changed, you're essentially, if you're a head coach, especially of a major program, you're the CEO of a company.
Oh, for sure.
Because you're running so many things. You have to delegate. He does a good job hiring his coaches. I mean, Colin Hitchler was a great addition. He was a co-DC at Alabama last year, added him as DC this year. It's been tremendous. So there's so much that goes into it, and Bob Chesney checks all those boxes.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because the sports information director for Coastal Carolina actually played for Bob Chesney at Assumption. And he could not say enough great things about him. He's like, I love talking about my coach. On first down. So Mike Uba is the SID, and this was the 2 of them together. And we got to ask Bob Chesney about, you know, hey, do you remember a block punt, this and that? And he's like, are his initials MU? Yes, they are. Hudson with plenty of time. Now just throws this one away.
But great coaches do that, right? You got players from years earlier, teams earlier, that just you make an impression on your players that you know, as a head coach, you're coaching a team, and I get it, it's a bottom line business about wins and losses, but you're building young men.
Correct.
You know, and your football, I get passionate about, because football is the one game to me, it mirrors life. And these kids are learning life lessons that they're going to carry on forever. Now, I get it. They get paid now, so it's a little different. But still, you're still building it.
It's incomplete right there on that attempt. And it's also something when you look at what Chesney has done here at JMU. This is just his 2nd season as the head coach of the Dukes, and you know, you talk about his name being floated around and where he ends up. You just get the sense that wherever he ends up, he's going to embrace the team,
Yep.
but embrace the history of the team and make sure that the alumni all come back and are part of them.
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly a candidate for Penn State. He's also a candidate for UCLA. I just think being a Pennsylvania person, right? It's
Oh, yeah.
right in his wheelhouse. He's coached in the Northeast. And I know JMU fans are cursing me right now. And I don't know anything. I could be completely wrong. It's a hunch.
Right. No, Michael Scott on the return. There is a flag. And now over on the sideline, watch out.
And if you're either fan or either player, JMU or Coastal, you cannot get thrown out of a game because it'll affect your next game. Like, you got to have cooler heads prevailing here on both sides because you're both going to play again because Coastal is playing in a bowl.
Stephen Robinson will get things sorted out. Personal foul on Coastal Carolina. It was during the return.
And it's a 15-yard penalty. I could read his lips.
Yeah.
That's what personal foul is. Microphone, it's so cold, the microphone probably froze.
JMU has outscored Coastal Carolina 32-0 this half.
They came out and did exactly what they wanted to do.
Matthew Sluka is now going to take over at quarterback for JMU with 8:14 to go. You get Barnett out of the game, so now you keep him healthy for that championship game next week.
It's Luka, obviously, he's a dual threat. Played for Bob Chesney at Holy Cross before going to UNLV and then finding his way to JMU.
He's got Mallory in the backfield with him as they take over at the 37 of Coastal Carolina, keeping the ball on the ground with Mallory, and Mallory just keeps on churning. He gets 10 yards right there.
He's like a bulldozer, and you love it when you get 10 yards, and then as a running back, you help the defensive backup that you just, made tackle you and you're falling forward. Love it.
It's bad enough when you have to tackle a 240-pound tailback. It's even worse when it's now like below freezing and you got to feel that.
And you're down 42.
Yeah. Keeping it on the ground again. I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to try to keep the ball on the ground throughout this drive. Keep that clock running.
And it's not that they're not.
No, there's a player down, though. That'll stop the clock.
Yeah.
Player down for Coastal Carolina. And now he's getting up. It looked like number 98, Travis Nesbitt.
And James Madison isn't trying to score a touchdown
No.
here per se. They're going to run the ball, but if Coastal doesn't make the tackles, they're going to run into the end zone.
And, kind of going back to what we were talking about before, but when you think about the last two head coaches that JMU has had, and Cignetti and now Chesney, you have to look at the administration
Yeah.
and say, okay, they're picking out some really good people to be the coach.
For sure.
Once again, on the ground for Mallory. He gets 8 more yards.
And don't think for a second the success that Curt Cignetti's had at Indiana. That helps Bob Chesney.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's a young, I don't want to say younger version. They're different coaches, but he's much younger than Curt Cignetti, and he's done just as much, right, in 2 years here with this program. And again, a lot of players went with Curt Cignetti to Indiana. Chesney brought in new players and just did it his way, and the record speaks for itself.
6.5 to go here in the fourth. In some trouble. How about Sluka making guys miss? You talked about his dual threat ability. He gets 8 yards when he could have lost about 8 yards.
It looked like they were going to throw it, which kind of surprised me, but Lucas says, no, I'll keep it. And just kind of, it looks like he's going to get tackled a couple yards, still going. You look up, and it's an 8-yard run.
It's 1st and goal now at the 7. Design quarterback run, and that's a nice tackle right away by Jamarian Wayne.
Jamarian Wayne said, I had enough of this. Let me come up and put the hit on the quarterback.
And you talked about it before, but it's now 52-10. And a lot of people who are not necessarily in the know, but just talking about it, have said, well, JMU has to come out here today and have a convincing win and prove to everyone they're this or they're that. That man right there said, I'm not thinking about that at all.
Yeah.
It's just about, let's get the win. And if it turns into a 52-10 game, it does.
So
but that's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to run up the score.
Correct. And at the end of the day, when that committee, get the call here.
I think it's going to delay a game.
When that committee puts the final 12 in, obviously the highest ranked 5 conference champions and the 7 at large, this is a year, there's going to be 3 or 4 teams that are going to be really upset, that are deserving to get in, but deserving's not a criteria. It's the best 7 teams after those 5 conference champions. But that's what makes college football great, is that you have that, you know, our team should have been in, they didn't make it. This thing's going to move to 16 eventually. I'm pretty sure it will. You're going to have teams 17 and 8. It'll always be like that.
Yeah, that's what, honestly, it drives me nuts. Another delay of game. It drives me nuts because no matter how many teams you put in, there's always going to be next team out.
Sure.
Or first team out. And so you could go to 128 teams.
And a lot of people think 12 is a sweet spot. Like, don't mess with it. But you could tell by them delaying the decision, because December 1 was the cutoff. They're trying to get this thing to 16.
Sluka now to pass, taking that shot towards the end zone. Another leaping grab in the end zone. Isaiah Alston, 17 yards, a couple of beautiful touchdown catches in this game for Alston.
If you're going to throw a 50-50 ball to a receiver, Isaiah Alston, 6'4", 200 pounds, long arms. I was going to say it'd be more like an 80-20 ball, but flag on the play. So it's all for naught.
I think it's going to be unsportsmanlike afterwards.
No.
No.
Yeah, no. We don't have the mic. I believe it was a hold call, but I didn't get it either.
Oh, so much for that. So now it's 3rd and 27. Sluka again to the end zone, and this time it's caught again, but this time it's Michael Scott. 32 yards.
And no flags. You better play against JMU, because they are not going to stop. I don't care what the down and distance is. You know they're throwing it, right? Because they just threw one, gets called back. They go again, and Michael Scott, the true freshman.
First career touchdown catch.
Yeah, true freshman, has played really well this season. Runs that route, and he's going to cherish that one.
Nice throw, nice catch, and this to make it 59-10. Suarez. Well, our College Football Award Spotlight brought to you by the Home Depot, featuring the Ray Guy Award finalists. Remember to tune in for the Home Depot College Football Award Show Friday, December 12th at 8 Eastern on ESPN. And Evan Crenshaw, who will be playing against these JMU Dukes, one of the 3 finalists.
McAfee call you, tell you to put this in?
Yeah.
The punter? Yeah,
Well, especially because he was really upset about the onside kick being,
called at halftime and said, put a promo in on the Ray Guy Award.
By the way, I mean, I do love on College Game Day what he has done with the field goal attempts.
Oh, it's great.
It's become must-watch TV. And he would be laughing at us right now. Well, really me, because I've got an overcoat on.
He'd have his shirt off,
He'd have his shirt
he
off.
had today.
This is the 4th game for James Madison this year with 500+ yards of offense. It's also the 4th game of 50 or more points.
And this was, remember folks, if you're just tuning in, it was 20-10 at halftime. 39-0 in the second half.
Short kick fielded at the 16-yard line by Gilly. And Gilly will take this one out to the 35-yard line, a 19-yard return with 3:56 to go. We were talking about it, but you look at this game and there are a couple of kind of turning points. And one of them was to start the second half, JMU received the kickoff, but Coastal Carolina tried for their second onside kick.
Yeah.
It didn't pan out. So now you give JMU great starting field position. And then JMU, Coastal Carolina was marching down the field. They called timeout. And instead of giving up 3 points, they gave up 0.
Yeah, after a couple real big chunk plays by Coastal Carolina where they were getting in a rhythm, Bob Chesney says, timeout, let's reset our defense. And they came out and played much better. And you talked about the second halves that JMU's had this year. That's coaching, right? That's adjustments that you make at halftime with your assistants, and you come out and you drop the hammer, and they've done it time after time this year.
2nd and 9. Keeping it on the ground. Simpkins. Keep the clock running. 6 yards on that carry.
Yeah, and even at this point, you know, Coastal Carolina just get this game to zeros. You're going to regroup. You're going to find out what bowl game you're going to probably in a week or so, and then you get 15 more practices, and it's kind of a new season. And because to me, the bowl game, you know, especially when you're a 6-6 team, 7-5 team, that bowl game to me is a springboard for the next season.
No doubt about it. Although it's changed so much now with the transfer portal.
Yeah, you don't know what you're going to have as a team.
That pass was behind, and it's going to be a forward pass. A forward pass. Dominic Nicely was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 4th down. I mean, look at that number. That is absolutely absurd.
Yeah, Colin.
And by the way, it's going to improve.
Yeah,
because it's 0 today.
Yeah, it's going to go down. There's Colin Hitchler right there. Enjoyed speaking with him yesterday. Still coaching, love it. To the end, right? Because you got a lot of young guys in there. They'll go punt safe, leave that defense out there. Well, I venture to say this isn't going to be a fake.
It's a good punt. That'll be down right about the 12-yard line. 2:26 to go. You've got a 2-minute timeout coming up after a 58-yard punt. I have to believe that neither team is going to call a timeout. So really, if you take this one down, you should be okay.
I think that chicken will be here pretty quick for you, Justin.
This is the second half. What this JMU offense did. Lakota Dupree, he caught a touchdown, and Isaiah Alston, that beautiful catch over the shoulder. And a 73-yard run by Joby Mallory. And for good measure, a pick 6. We just saw this as Matthew Sluka got involved, finding Michael Scott. Kendall is now in at quarterback.
It's always a good sign when you have your third quarterback in. You know, we went through those highlights, and that's the impressive thing. How many different names we called, right? JMU can spread it around.
2-minute timeout. JMU is going to win its 10th in a row, running away with it. Back with 2 minutes to go. James Madison under Bob Chesney about to win their 10th straight game. They had a tough one last week, had to come from behind. Third time this year they have come from behind when trailing at the half to win. And they're going to move to 11-1, 8-0 in Sun Belt play this year. Blake Kendall, third string quarterback, is in. And he'll keep it. If they can just get one more first down, they could run out the clock. Because I don't think that Coastal Carolina is going to call a timeout.
No, they won't. Tim Beck will let this one run down, and tighter first half than probably some people expect it. Give credit to Coastal Carolina, had a good second quarter, but JMU came out in that second half and really put their foot on the gas and never looked back.
Let the play clock wind down, taking more time off the clock. Quarterback keeper again. And it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. He will. Yep, move the chains. Now he'll run another play, and that will be it. And those guys are nuts. I'll never forget, I was spotting years ago. Bill Romanowski was the announcer, and we're watching a game that was back in Cleveland. It was snowing, and guys are in short sleeves, and I said, why do you do that? He goes, to intimidate the other player, like, so that nothing phases you. I go, aren't you cold? He's like, oh my God, yeah, you're freezing. Just like,
I still remember in 1995 when I was at UMass. We played Buffalo. Coldest game I've ever been in. It was like 17 degrees, but then it was a cold rain.
Yes. Oh, gosh.
And once you get wet in a game like that, you are done. It's cold. And I grew up in it because I grew up in Rochester, New York. I've played in the cold and the snow, but nothing like cold rain on top of, basically single-digit weather.
JMU will take this one 59-10. They held Coastal Carolina to -5 rushing yards. Unbelievable. 10 in a row for the JMU Dukes, who will move on to host Troy next week in the Sun Belt Championship game.
Yeah, did exactly what they needed to do today. They came out, they got the win, and they impressed along the way, right? So this is a win that the committee's going to see. They're clearly still in it for the CFP with them and the winner of the American, as long as they win the Sun Belt. It's going to come down to the winner of the Sun Belt.
You got
Yeah.
to keep winning. He says, we worry about this. He's got his son right there, and he says, all right, now next week is next week, and we move on and we see what happens. But the first half, it was close. The second half, it was all JMU. Final score, 59-10. JMU defeats Coastal Carolina. For Rini and Golia and our entire crew, I am Justin Kutcher saying so long here from Conway, South Carolina.